You want to do some big picture discussions? As we sit here, as the calendar has turned to March, and a lot of people are waiting for the NCAA tournament to start, which isn't to say that we don't have things to play for. We do. We have conference tournaments. We have bubble watch going on. But what stands out to you? With the 1 seed picture? Is that become interesting? Because
I think because of Saturday.
Yeah.
That already threw in the question who actually is the number 1 team. And then I think last year we kind of got into this, I don't even know what you want to call it, but this expectation that there's always 1 team or 2 teams that are kind of ahead of the curve, ahead of the pack, and then there's everybody else. And this year, I think it's just everybody else.
It is everybody else, but I think in the terms of the 1 seed picture, and this isn't my disclaimer, this is not my bracketology. This is me observing other bracketologies.
Yeah.
So these are not my thoughts. I'm just trying.
These are secondhand brackets.
Yes, I'm trying to condense what I'm seeing out there in the bracketology world. It does feel like Arizona and Gonzaga both, to me, feel like, I wouldn't say locks, but very close locks. They feel like the 2 favorites to get 1 seeds right now, despite them both losing on Saturday. When everyone loses, nobody loses, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it feels like everybody still has Gonzaga as a 1, and and especially after Arizona kicked USC's ass tonight, I think that's kind of a swap out deal. Like the Colorado loss was bad, but like what they did tonight just kind of erased
it reaffirms what we already thought. Yeah. The mountain trip.
So in my mind, it feels like, and again, this is not me saying this, I'm reading the tea leaves here. It feels like Gonzaga and Arizona are almost certainly going to be 1 seeds.
Yeah, Pac-12 update.
So then that leaves 2 1 seeds, and at that point, like, it's anyone's guess. I mean,
Auburn, Baylor, Kansas, Kentucky, Duke.
Yeah. Wisconsin?
Providence?
Villanova?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, so if there's two 1 seeds left, let's say Gonzaga, Arizona have them in the bag for the most part, barring some sort of catastrophe in their conference tournaments, which Gonzaga can't even have a catastrophe in their conference tournament because they have a bye all the way to the semifinal.
I've never seen, like, when they had I saw the bracket for it, I was like, this is pretty genius.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want them to take it a step further and do like a Street Fighter situation where it's like when you're the worst team, you have to beat like each team better than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the climb.
It's just, you just keep climbing, and then Gonzaga's the final boss. Gonzaga gets a bye all the way into the
and then they come in cold, and then it's like a David versus Goliath situation. You know what I mean? That's good.
That's genius. So I think the SEC is going to get 1. I think take your pick. It's Kentucky or Auburn. I guess I
think Auburn's going to get it.
I think it's contingent upon like what happens in the SEC tournament. But I think the SEC has been so good all year and so deep all year, and I just feel like that's where we're headed with that one. Is like
I feel like Calipari's playing the long con. Yeah. I think Calipari doesn't care about the SEC tournament. I think he cares about the actual tournament. You know what I mean? He is that jaded at this point where he's already over it, where he's playing like, I know what we need to do. Bruce Pearl and this Auburn team feels like Illinois last year, where they would go win the SEC tournament. Yes. They would do the Kobe poses. It would be everyone going to the tournament. It's
fire off the memes.
Yes, everyone's like, Auburn's the hottest team going to the tournament. You got to ride these guys. And then we have some of the problems we've talked about before. You know what I mean?
That's a great point. And I do see a lot of similarities between the Auburn fans and Illinois fans, like the cultures of each program.
That's what I see there. So in that sense, I say Auburn's going to be a 1 seed. And then I think it's the Big 12 is the 4th one.
I think you're right. I think it was going to be Kansas. Kansas losing tonight is not good. It was going to be, before Kansas lost to TCU, it was going to be the Kansas Baylor, kind of whoever sorts that out. It's pretty obviously Baylor now.
Yeah.
But what happens if Kansas beats Baylor in the Big 12 tournament? Or Baylor loses in their first game and then Kansas wins the Big 12 tournament? Does that put Kansas back in? Does that like open the door for Duke? Does that, I don't know. Does the other SEC team, are we talking like 2 SEC teams?
I think you're right. I think it opens the door for Duke or Kentucky.
Duke or Kentucky sneak in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Villanova is out. Villanova's got 7 losses. Even if they win the Big East tournament, they're right.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
I think they got to be out, but I don't know. You keep saying that, and that's how this season's gone. Like people just kind of, everyone keeps losing, and then Villanova finds their way back.
I like the idea of 3 blue bloods in Baylor fighting for that last spot. You know what I mean? It's like the Final Four for 1 spot.
Yeah.
Kansas, Kentucky, Duke, Baylor.
Yeah.
And I think Baylor gets it, which is pretty shocking because in the old, guard of college basketball, there's no world in which Baylor gets the 1 seed there. It's probably
But if Baylor wins out, like Baylor's definitely one.
You definitely, yeah. I'm just saying they lost.
So right now, everyone wins out. It's Gonzaga, Arizona, Auburn, Baylor, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is. All right.
But when you think about it, Kentucky, Duke, Kansas, the fact that those 3 teams, like all 3 of them, there could be a clean sweep that none of them are 1 seed. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't really convince me of that. Because and if Auburn and Kentucky both lose in the SEC tournament in the semifinals or whatever it may be, I think Kentucky, weirdly enough, will get the bump over Auburn. You know what I mean? As potentially a 1 seed.
How much does being a 1 seed matter?
Not that much. I mean, obviously, like some bubble guy's going to come here and be like 81% of teams that are 1 seed.
Yeah.
The second week, but
also, shut up, nerd.
Yeah. I think if you're a top 3, I think if you're 1, 2, or 3, you got a real shot.
Yeah, I don't know. The 1 seed discussion's interesting. They obviously use it for recruiting, especially a place like Auburn that doesn't get a 1 seed all the time. It's a huge deal and whatever. But I don't know.
Baylor feels like a school that might hang a banner for like this many 1 seeds in the tournament.
But as far as you got to go out and win the games. So I don't really feel like it matters that much.
Yeah,
but it is great,
especially this year. Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.